Thank you. Welcome students. In the previous class, we have seen what are growth regulating substances or growth regulators. We have 5 different growth regulators, that is auxins, gibberellins, cytokinins, abscisic acid and ethylene. Out of that, few work as growth promoters and few work as growth inhibitors. Let us see how the discovery of plant growth substances has taken place. The discovery of plant growth substances was accidental. It was not done intentionally. Scientists, they were working on some other things and accidentally they found about plant growth regulating substances. All these 5 growth regulators have been discovered accidentally. Like in this Alexander Fleming, he discovered that is antibiotic from Penicillium notatum fungus. It was accidental. He was working on some other project, but accidentally he found that certain fungus is being caused and it is releasing certain when he have seen that substance, done research on it, then he concluded that there is certain substance which is released by that fungus which is helping in killing bacteria. It was accidental. In the similar manner, all the development of this, all the research of this plant growth substances was accidental. The word which is given to this accidental discoveries is serendipity. Serendipity. It was accidental. It was not intentional. Okay, and here this scientist Charles Darwin, he was working on this and his son Charles Darwin and his son Francis Darwin, they were working on certain other discovery. Then in the coleoptiles of canary grass, in the canary grass, they have found that when the tip of the coleoptiles, that is the tip of the root and shoot. Here coleoptile is the tip of the shoot. Here this one, when this coleoptile is earlier was like this, when the light ray was coming, here what happened is the coleoptile showed bending towards light. The coleoptile showed bending towards light. When light was given in unilateral direction, when sunlight was given to this coleoptile of this canary grass, here it showed, this coleoptile showed bending towards light. It showed bending towards light. He removed it. Then he removed this coleoptile. Then passed the light again. Then after removing of this cap, that is coleoptile, here it does not show it bending. This does not show bending. So this, then again he have taken this and taken the cap, that is coleoptile, and put on it. So again it showed bending. It showed bending. When coleoptile, that is when tip of the coleoptile was present, it showed bending. When the tip was removed, it does not show bending. It did not show bending. So here what they discovered was, there on the tip of the coleoptile, there is some transmitting influence. There is some transmitting influence. There is something which is helping this coleoptile to bend towards light. What they discovered? They discovered that there is some transmitting influence in the tip of the coleoptile, which was helping this coleoptile to bend towards light. When the tip was removed, then this coleoptile, then this grass, it did not show bending. When the tip was placed again, when the cap was placed again, then it showed bending. When it was removed, it did not show bending. So they just discovered that there is some transmitting influence which is helping the plants to bend towards the light, which is helping this grass to bend towards the light. That phenomenon is called as phototropism. This is called as phototropism. That is bending of plants towards the direction of light. Bending of plants towards the direction of light. Tropic is movement. Photo is towards light. Photo is light. Tropic is movement. Tropism, that is movement of the plants towards the light, bending of the plants towards the direction of light. So there was something in the tip of that coleoptile that was helping the grass to bend towards the light. They discovered that only. But later another scientist named F.W. Wendt. Another scientist named F.W. Wendt, he discovered from oat seedling that substance, that there is the transmitting influence of this coleoptile to move towards this light is because of the substance called as auxin. Is because of the substance called as auxin. Charles Darwin, Francis Darwin, they just discovered that the plants will be showing bending towards light. The coleoptiles is showing bending towards light. They named it as some transmitting. It is because they said that it is because of some transmitting influence. They were unable to know that, they were unable to tell about what is that transmitting influence which is helping the coleoptile to bend towards the light. But another scientist, F.W. Wendt, he discovered that the substance or the transmitting influence is because of the substance called as auxin, and he discovered it from oat seedlings. He discovered it from oat seedlings. Then, so this is how auxin was discovered. Here another scientist, here it was working on this disease called as Bakani, which is also called as foolish seedling. It is caused in rice. Foolish seedling disease in rice. Foolish seedling is here from the appearance, from the outer appearance, the rice is appearing as it is good, as it is in the good form. But from outwards appearance, it is appearing, the rice seeds are appearing in the proper form, good form. But from inside there is nothing. Foolish is making fool out, making fool. How it is making fool? That from outside the appearance of the rice is very good, but from inside it is just empty. So that is why it is named as foolish seedlings. So this disease was found in rice. This disease is caused because of a fungus called as Gibberella fugicori. The disease foolish seedlings in rice plants is because of the fungus. There was, that is on the rice plants was infected with a fungus, that is Gibberella fugicori. So this scientist, he has taken the sap of this Gibberella fugicori infected plant and introduced in the new plant, uninfected rice plant. In a new plant that is in a new rice plant, that new rice plant was not having any symptom of the disease. He took this sap of this plant, diseased plant, and introduced into this new plant which was not showing any symptoms of the disease. After a certain period of time, the newly plant in which the sap was introduced, that plant also showed the symptoms of the disease. Okay, so now it is caused by Gibberella fugicori, and in that plant now, so from the Gibberella fugicori, he discovered that the scientist Kurosawa, he discovered that the later it was called it as gibberellic acid. Later, that is from the sap of the fungus in new plant has been transferred. The sap of the fungus, when this that is the sap of this diseased plant has been transferred into the new plant also showed the disease. So it was because of a certain substance It was because of a substance. Later that substance was identified as gibberellic acid by scientist Kurosawa. Then another scientist, Skoog and his co-workers. They took a undifferentiated mass of cell, that is callus. Callus is nothing but undifferentiated mass of cell. That is few cells which has not been assigned function. He has taken that mass of cell, okay, and added, apart from this, in the cells auxin was added. Apart to this, in undifferentiated mass of cell, auxin was added. But along with auxin, that is extract of vascular tissues or extract of yeast has also been added. So it showed the increase in the cell division. It showed increase in the number of cell. Earlier, for example, in this callus, 100 cells was there. 100 cells was there. Now auxin has been added to it, and along with auxin, extract from vascular tissue or an extract from yeast or an extract from coconut milk has been added to this 100 cell auxin, and this extracts was added. Now it lead to the formation of more number of cells. That formation of more number of cells is because of cell division. Cell division. That means in the extracts of these substances, there is something which is helping in the cell division. There is something which is helping in the cell division. So the later it is termed as cytokinin. The substance which is in the present in the extract, later it was called as cytokinin. So cytokinins, they help in cell division, promoting the cell division. And in 1960s, that is 3 different scientists, they were doing their independent research in their own countries. So they have found that there is a substance which is helping in the inhibiting the growth of the plant. He also, all the 3 scientists found the same result. All the 3 scientists, they did not work together. They worked independently in different countries. But when they researched it and when they have checked it, then they have seen that all the 3 scientists have done the same discovery, that there is a substance in plants which is helping in inhibiting the growth, and called that substance as abscisic acid. And here last, that is Cousins. It is the name of the scientist who confirmed that this plants release a gaseous volatile substance. Plant releases a volatile substance. Volatile means which can move easily. And who can move easily? Gases can move very easily when compared to solids and liquids. So he confirmed that there is a volatile substance which is helping the oranges. He have observed that in oranges, there is certain substances in oranges which is helping it in ripening. Who discovered that? Cousin. And that substance which is helping the oranges to ripe, that substance is nothing but ethylene. That substance is nothing but ethylene. We say, when we keep the fruits, when we see one spoiled or rotten fruit, what do we say? Remove it as quickly as possible. What happens to it? Otherwise, other fruits which are there along with it will also get rot. For example, this ethylene on oranges, if this is an orange, here ethylene was released by the orange, which is helping in ripening. Okay, if a mango is kept or an apple is kept, if an apple is kept near it, so what happens? It will be ripening this, and the effect of this gas can also be seen on this also, and this apple will also shows ripening. So that is why we say when there is a spoiled substance, because after ripening within within a short time it will start rotting, spoiling, the fruit will spoil. So here what happens is, This ripening of the fruit is because of a substance, that is gaseous substance, that is called as ethylene. It was confirmed by Cousins. So this was all about the discovery of how this plant growth regulators was discovered and who discovered them. In the next class, we will see in detail about each of the plant growth regulating substances, that is auxins, gibberellins, cytokinins, ethylene and abscisic acid. We will start with auxin in the next class.